It ended square in South Wales between Swansea and Bristol at the Swansea.com Stadium. Bristol initially behind in this affair, in a feisty affair as in Swansea, coming back to earn what could be a pretty decent point uh, in the bigger context. And I think that makes Bristol joint top with another team, who I can't recall from the top of my head, in terms of number of points accumulated from losing positions, which is obviously very impressive and a good characteristic to have within a group of footballers. The starting 11 then for Bristol City, let's go into the details of the game, I think is what a lot of people wanted from kind of the changes from last week's win over Oxford, where we wanted Hirakawa in the team. We got Hirakawa in the team. We wanted him to come in for Joe Williams. That happened. And yeah, that was the starting 11. Apart from that, no changes. So it was Max O'Leary in goal, George Tanner, Luke McNally, Zach Viner, and Hayden Roberts as the back four. Max Bird and Jason Knight in midfield, who was very impressive. Jason Knight. It was Mehmeti, Twine, and Hirakawa with Sinclair Armstrong up top. With Swansea, their starting 11, it was Vigouroux, Timon, Darling, Bikabango, and Norton as the back four. Jisung Yum, Matt Grimes, Franco, Ronaldo, Cooper, and Bipotnik. Liam Cullen was their big miss. He was out with an illness, I think Luke Williams mentioned in his pre-match interview. And Bristol City, to be honest, in the first half, never really got going too much. We started pretty well with the first 10 minutes or so, and it felt like, okay, maybe we can go here and score first. If we score the first goal, we have a chance. Scott Twine was denied excellently by Vigouroux. It was kind of acrobatical with his left foot. It was a fantastic save by Vigouroux. But then after that, it was just such a soft. It was very Bristol City. In fact, it was such a soft goal from a set piece. Ji Sung Yum, I think, puts the ball in for Swansea, and it's from a corner, and it just goes all the way through. On first glance, it's very, very, very soft and very cheap and just incredibly weak from our defensive point of view, and a real kind of mess in terms of what we're doing from defensive set pieces. But if you look into it, and Cabango then pokes home the far post. If you look into it, Max O'Leary is actually completely kind of blocked by Ronaldo who's in front of him. It's not like he's just there and just standing in front of him. Max is completely has no real chance to get in front of Ronaldo and get hold of that situation and in his own 6-yard box and possibly prevent that ball from ever reaching Ben Cabango at the far post, actually. So I think in an ideal land with VAR that's functioning VAR, that goal is probably disallowed for Swansea, but I'm sure they'll argue, well, even if that goal was disallowed, they had numerous chances even after that and to score goals. And I have to say, both teams had a number of chances to score, and it was a very good game to watch just on the eye. But yeah, it was a good end-to-end game. And I think a point is probably a fair result on the overall of it. Jason Knight then kind of flicks. Well, Scott Twine has a corner and just after the goal, Jason Knight flicks it on. The flick on is initially going wide, so someone has to come home at the back post. Sinclair Armstrong is there at the far post. It is a tap-in, if you visualise it, is a tap-in, really. And he uses his right foot when he should really be using his left foot to just change direction and the trajectory of that ball and just nod it home, I think. And he should be doing a little bit better from that position. Hits the post. In fact, he should be doing a lot better. He should be scoring, in my opinion. Hits the post. And after that, in the first half, it was really, really poor from a City perspective. Swansea having a lot of the possession in the first half and the second half, really. But in the first half, 72% of the ball, Swansea. Bristol having a few more shots, but a lot of them kind of snapshots, not really too many big chances for either side, really. There's a lot of openings, a lot of kind of threatenings. That's the right footballing term, but not really maybe too much in terms of quality going forward, and that's probably evident in both teams' kind of play. Vigouroux had to bail Swansea out on a number of occasions, but for the rest of the first half, really, after that goal, it was pretty much Swansea just keeping hold of the ball, slowly just dictating things, controlling things, and an inability from a Bristol City perspective to get hold of the ball, even just kind of mix it up a little bit and hit on the counter attack. Sinclair Armstrong looked good when he got in behind. We didn't do that anywhere near enough. Swansea kind of comfortable on the ball with Grimes and Franco and Cooper in midfield. They can dictate things. They can kill games away. They can take games away from you. And it looked like it was going to head that way from a Bristol City perspective. But second half, again, for the first about, 10 minutes really, it was a lot of the same really. Didn't really see a lot of different. There was a kind of a feeling that are we going to create a massive chance here to go and, or are we going to have a massive spell of pressure here to go and take the game to Swansea? Eventually, it didn't come. It did come on the 57th minute. A triple substitution from Bristol City. Cam Pring comes on for Hayden Roberts. Mark Sykes comes in for Yu Hirakawa, and Joe Williams comes in for Max Bird. A triple substitution. If you told me this a week ago, I would have been absolutely confounded by it. I would have been quite angry with it. And I was very, very surprised that triple substitution actually happened. But quite frankly, it worked in our favour massively. That, coupled with the fact that Naki Wells, yet again coming off of Sinclair Armstrong, proved to be very useful in terms of his running and his experience, and general positional play is very, very good, and he helped us a lot in our build-up and eventually in that period of pressure, which did get us our goal. 73, Miles Pitt-Harris and Joe Allen come on for Vipotnik and Franco for Swansea, and then it is total pressure from Bristol City for about 10 minutes before our goal on 76. It is just total Bristol City pressure. A couple of chances. Mehmeti looking really lively on the left hand side for Bristol City, similar to what did for Swansea in the first half on the left hand side, is what Mehmeti kind of did for us in the second half on the left hand side. Really, really helped. Really, really good. Causing real problems for Swansea. Substitutions really helping. Sykes was quite good in terms of providing an option down the wing and having an option in behind the defence. And it looked like we were getting closer and closer. And it's a set piece, and I can't remember the last time we scored directly from a set piece from a corner. Even it's a beautiful outswinging delivery from Scott Twine, and it kind of, if you look at the trajectory of that ball, it doesn't really ever go past about the penalty spot mark. It is a beautiful ball in, and Jason Knight, he just belts it in with his head. Unbelievable header from Jason Knight. And in the 76th minute, Bristol City get their, I'd say probably fairly deserved equaliser for that 10-15 minute spell before the goal, where it was all Bristol City and Swansea really couldn't get out. And despite them trying to, again, retain the ball, keep the ball, trying to play through the thirds, and sometimes mix it up with a little bit of a few long balls through Vigouroux and Darling and Kibango and Norton, it just never felt like they were ever, in complete control, and Bristol City in the ascendancy there. And even after that, we could have very much won it in those last 14 minutes of the second half, and actually quite unlucky to not maybe get a winner after that goal as well. But yeah, I think the main takeaways from this game are this team has got character. I think if we look at the last two away defeats at Blackburn and at Derby, a little bit unlucky, opening 15 minutes, didn't capitalise on our chances, and then we go 1-0 down, then we're chasing the game, Derby kind of sitting in there, and then we get done on the counter-attack, / we get overrun in midfield a little bit. Blackburn's a little bit more inexcusable to a certain degree, but I think what you can say about this team is it's got a little bit of resilience about it. It's got a bit of steel about it. I think previous Bristol City teams go under there quite easily. We go 2-0 down. We may even go 3-0 down in those kind of pressure situations, and quite a feisty affair, as I've previously mentioned, and fold quite easily. But we've got a group of players now and who are, kind of willing to step up to the challenge. Defensively, there were still massive problems in that first half, but the second half it was much better. And frankly, Swansea didn't really create too many big chances from open play, apart from a weak, kind of feeble set piece defending from our perspective. That's about it, really. Swansea had. Franco had a good shot saved by O'Leary, but it was quite good, actually. It was a lot more improved on the whole course of the game from a Bristol City perspective. McNally had a decent game. Viner was a little bit, indifferent at times, but it was okay. Tanner got rinsed a couple of times, but he was all right as well. But yeah, it was good. It was much better from a Bristol City perspective away from home, and much improved on Derby and Blackburn as well. And now it's time to move on to Wednesday. Thank you very much for watching this video, everyone. If you have enjoyed it, hit like. If you haven't already subscribed to the Young Irish Football Channel, more Bristol City content in the future. I'll be there, hopefully, on Wednesday. So watch out for the match day along on that one. But until then, keep safe, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.